Hi guys, it's Maaike. Today I'm back with all these cards. I made them in about an hour. So I sped up the video 3 times just because, you know, an hour is a bit long to sit here. And for my first card, I drew a line and the middle, so I know where to do my stamping. And I'm using the ink pads as my stamp. And you can see they're a little bit smaller, so you know you can measure. But then I'm just kind of alternating them in rainbow order, and I used Love Letter, Tangelo, Dandelion, Pear Tart, Bahama Blue, Danube Blue, Grape Jelly and Lilac Posy. And it's not meant to be perfect. Sometimes my ink pads are a bit drier than I thought they would be, so I stamped them twice. But I thought this would be a nice idea if you don't have many stamps or you want to try something else. And there's fun shaped ink pads around. You have the distress inks and all the mini cubes are square, of course, but then there's the cat eyes, the color box. If you have them, they might be fun, especially for flowers that I'm doing later. For my distress rainbow, I use candied apple, carved pumpkin, mustard seed, Twisted Citron or Mowed Lawn, I hadn't decided yet, Mermaid Lagoon, Blueprint Sketch, Wilted Violet and Picked Raspberry. Pretty colors. So, yeah, I'm pointing them out, but I already told you which one they were. I'm going to do a few different techniques that you can do with any of your mini ink blending cubes. And I want to make a rainbow this way, and you have to overlap them a little bit because otherwise they won't fit. But as soon as I started stamping and overlapping, I thought, oh, I'm already halfway. And I thought if I take out the orange and put yellow on the red, it will make orange, but it doesn't work that much. So I started swiping them instead, like a dry brush effect. But the other thing I was doing with the cubes, I think it would be nice to build a tartan or a gingham thing like that, a plaid, whatever you want to call it. I haven't tried it, I just thought about it now. So yeah, might be another idea. I didn't put it into action though. And this is a bit of a fall color, and I'm also gonna swipe it, and I'm gonna overlap them, and where it's not as solid as you want, you can do 2 or 3 passes. And then I'm using aged mahogany. I tried fire brick, but it was very much like the candied apple, so there's no point. And I thought this would be nice for a fall card, a Thanksgiving card, or anything autumn related. Instead of swiping, you can also twist and turn. It's like a dance. Do the twist. Yes, I can't sing, but you get the idea. And with the square ones, it's easy to do. I think with the Memento it might be a little bit more challenging. And I've pulled out shaded lilac here, but then I use spun sugar to fill in the gaps there in the middle, because I thought that would be nicer. The shaded lilac is a bit more blue than I would like. And of course you can also do fun shapes like it's a sea. So for this one I use Mermaid Lagoon, Broken China, Peacock Feathers, which you can see is much green, and then Tumbled Glass, which always looks like it's dry because it's so light. So I do many passes. But look how pretty. And of course you can do the same with Memento inks, and for that I used Danube Blue, Bahama Blue and Summer Sky. There's also a teal seal, which is very similar to the Peacock Feathers, but I think that goes better with the nautical blue. So I'm using them I would say in a long direction, because otherwise you get really wide stripes, and you can do that too, of course, if you prefer. You can do anything you want. You can even mix and match them if you like. And here's my water and bleach watering can or spray can. That's only because my cardstock doesn't react to water for some reason. It sinks in really quickly, I guess. This one also nice, I think, with a bit of splattering. See, it does do something, but not impressively. So I let them dry all night, in fact, because I want to do some embossing on it. But first I want to show you another technique that I thought would be fun. Like I mentioned with the cat eyes, the flowers, you can also use the Memento inks as petals. But yeah, the square one, the mini ink cube, was easier to rotate than this one, the droplet shape, tear shape, whatever you want to call it. And dewdrops, yeah, that's what I call them. I'm just filling it in with 2 colors, and I think it looks like a flower. And then I'm shading that middle a bit as well. So I'm letting it dry, and then I have pulled out some Karin Joan stamp sets, and the idea was to emboss it. First I pulled out Turkish Night, and it's fabulous. But it didn't show up very much because it's too samey with the background, so I went over it with Perissa, and that was too chunky, so I lost all the detail in the stamp. So I cut it in half to rescue the rest of the panel. See, you can see it in the right light, but yeah, I thought, well, I'll just cut it in half. And the stamp set I use is called Encouraged. You don't have to be perfect to be amazing, and the have to and to be were completely swallowed up by the embossing powder. And it's a KJ1724 in case you're interested. You see how much it's the same. That I didn't like it. I didn't know what other color to use except for gold because of the yellow and the orangey red tones. So here, instead of embossing, I'm going to just stamp gefeliciteerd, which means congratulations. And that's also Karin Joan, funny enough. It's KJ1721. This is a Karin Joan design team card video, if you're wondering. So I'm doing it in English and in Dutch again. And later I'm gonna add some enamel dots, and that will be the card finished. And hey, I found my die, or my magnets that were stuck to the dies. I've been looking for them, and I bought new ones in the meantime. Huh. The C1, if you have C-shaped things like, you know, mermaid's tail sticking out, or critters, that would be fun. I didn't have any, so I used this summer set. There's one that's called Summer and one that's called Zomer, which is Dutch for summer. And one is KJ 1713 and the other is 1714. And I believe this is a bit of both. The text is for 13 and then the flip-flops and shell is for 1714. And I used cha-cha-cha embossing powder for it, and I don't know why it's frozen, I'm sorry. But my heat gun got overheated and it went into safe mode, so it wouldn't heat anymore, so I put it to the side, and in the meantime I'm stamping the rest. And cha-cha-cha is fabulously iridescent glitter, but also clear. So you see it under the right kind of light, but it's very hard to pick it up on camera. It has all the tones that are around you, it picks it up. So it can be green, it can be pinkish, it can be purplish, any color. But yeah, glitter and camera is, sorry, it's very hard. And for the fall theme, the one I'm going to use, let's see, I'm checking if it works in it. And it worked again. It needs to cool down a little bit and then it will go again. But yeah, it's also hot, so it can't disperse its heat. I think that's a bit of the problem. Anyway, for the, see, okay, see, oh, it's so glittery, pretty. Yeah. Again, fall theme. Let's move on. I'm just, you know, taking too long. Anyway, this is vertrouw, which means trust, and it's KJ 1725, and the folia from KJ 1723. And again, I'm stamping them with Versamagic ink, and I'm using purple glitz. Wow, embossing glitter. And purple and red are, of course, contrasting colors. But it went so nice together and has that autumny feel, I think. It's gorgeous. It's one of my favorites, together with the other one I used, the Turkish Nights, and this. And okay, I can't say favorite. I have about 80 of them, and they're all my favorites. Because otherwise I probably would have had 300. But yeah, I only have 80. So I noticed that the sentiment didn't stamp all the way on one side, so I restamped it and then put some more embossing powder on it, and then I reheated it again. See, I cut off the flower bit that I messed up, and now I'm putting on I Believe in You, also from the Encouraged set, and I'm just stamping it with black ink so it will contrast nicely, and you can definitely see it this time. And I didn't, but you could also cut it out with a nice frame, stitch frame or dotted frame or curved, whatever, scalloped, anything you want. And here I'm showing you could make it into a tag, but I felt that was a bit of a shame after I made the backgrounds. So again, I'm just doing Gefeliciteerd, which I used before, also with Versafine Onyx Black ink, because there's so many colors on the rainbow already, and it's in the wrong order. It should be this way, red to purple, but I like it at the top, so it still looks like a rainbow, just, yeah. Anyway, I don't think there's many rules in card making when it comes to rainbows, which order they should be, I mean. And this is also from the Gefeliciteerd. Van harte means from the heart, or a congrats kind of thing. And I moved it because I smudged it with my finger. So I thought I would cover up a little bit of that by moving the stamp. And then the folia is also Karin Joan for Marianne Design, and it's 1722. And I'm using the outline ones just in the circles and didn't have enough, so I'm stamping them twice. Also Versamagic, of course. And then I'm moving the two into the corners there and stamping those as well. And then I'm also using purple glitz to emboss this one. And I had to pause my camera a few times to get stuff or looking for things, you know, embossing glitter and stuff like that, a new tape runner, and then it freezes my video for a number of minutes or seconds, if you like. So I had to cut the little bits out, and I don't know why it does that, so I'm sorry about that, but I will show you all the cards in the end anyway. So I'm just using the tape runner to adhere them, or foam tape just for the one with the flowers, and the rest is just normal tape runner until I run out and I have to get more. Yeah. See, this is the one with the purple glitz. And my card base was a little bit bigger, or my panel was a bit smaller, so I had to cut off a little strip. But that's easy fix. And well, that's almost coming to the end of the video, so I hope you like these ideas, and I hope you'll give them a try. You know, you don't need a lot of supplies, although I put all the flowers and leaves on top. You might just like to add a sentiment. It doesn't have to be very complicated. And I'm just using some enamel dots in a rainbow fashion, and these are nail art dots. There's all kinds of stuff in there, but never the right purple. I'm so sad. Glittery ones, non-glittery ones, you know, domed ones, anything that I can get my hands on, I buy. And these are kind of from the dollar store. So Marianne Design has them, but the ones I have are not the right color. So here's a close-up again of some of the cards I made, and the one with all the cards on it. And as I said, it took about an hour. So I hope you will give it a try, and I will see you again soon. Bye.